What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got Shazam with Brendan Meyer and the Beast William Bibiani taking on the movie guys. Paul Preston, he had a good run in the singles tournament. Movie guys are a lot of fun, but I do believe in the end that Shazam is going to take care of business. I got them going pretty far in this tournament, but it should be a good match, so let's get started.
December 7th, the Schmoedown Spectacular, 5 matches, all the titles in the line. Whoever wins between Bateman and Bibiani will challenge Oyama for the title on December 7th.
I've got the knowledge and the gameplay. If he doesn't choke in round 3, I'll just have to beat him in 5 rounds.
Will you be standing?
I'll be standing. I don't know how chairs work anymore.
Mike Kalinowski will be defending the Intergeekdom Championship.
I want to prove that I'm the best Intergeekdom player this league has ever seen. Don't tell Peter, but that belt's coming to me.
The Star Wars Championship on the line.
Can anyone beat you?
Somebody's got to take down Damon.
The Team Championship will be on the line.
I'm just looking at that team tournament coming up, and I'm feeling damn good.
Remember the mini Schmoedown Con that we're doing? Meet all your favorite competitors. The Schmoedown memorabilia. All the belts will be there. We'll have so much fun as a Schmoedown fan that you guys can get tickets for right now.
Get your tickets at theschmoedownlive.com.
They won. We all won. All of you, the fans, have won today.
What are we doing here?
Kalinowski works here.
Kalinowski, what's here?
Yeah, he dresses up like Woody from Toy Story. It's like his side job.
So?
So we're gonna find him, and we're gonna give him a wedgie in front of all these people. You see, I'm talking about mental warfare. Get inside his head early, all right? Come on.
All right.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. It is the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams Edition, and you know we bring some luminaries to announce on the desk from time to time. How about a hand for Miss Emma Fife? She's here in the building. How are you, Emma?
I'm just great, Mark. I love these tournament matches. They're so fun. It gets everybody. It brings out that nice spirit of competition in everyone. We like to keep it mostly friendly, and it's a good old time.
I sense a spirit of competition that's going to be up there on the stage, but amongst us, I sense a vacationing duo that is just having a margarita pina colada. We didn't coordinate this, folks. It's just how we show up naturally.
It just happened. We're just have developed a hive mind here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. One day, Jen Sturger and I showed up wearing the exact same pants, so it is a real thing.
That's what happens around our studio, which is located in Cedar Rapids. However, in mine, Emma and I are in the Bahamas. What a matchup we have here today. Like I said, it's a tournament. It's the Ultimate Schmoedown. The loser goes home. The winning team moves on. It is Shazam versus the Movie Guys. And while one of those names may not be the most original term I've ever heard, the Movie Guys know their stuff, and they've proven as much this season.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, Paul Preston, he had an incredible run in the singles tournament, and his, that match against David Del Rio, he stole more points than I think, he's certainly up there with people stealing the largest amount of points in round 2 in all of Movie Trivia Schmoedown history. And I think that people kind of underestimate the Movie Guys in general, because, as you say, the name not the most original.
No, they can answer questions as well as they can get a punch on a GNC frequent buyer card. When you go to Shazam, you're looking at maybe my favorite blossoming relationship here in the movie Trivia Schmoedown between William Bibbiani and the kid. I mean, they really went toe-to-toe at the free-for-all live in downtown Los Angeles earlier this year in front of a sold-out venue. I think that they had an appreciation for each other, and now I think that's blossomed into one hell of a team.
Yeah, I think that that's absolutely true. And I mean, William Bibbiani is somebody who, you know, obviously he's competed with a number of different partners. He was working with Whitney Seibold, and then in the Anarchy tournament, he found himself paired with one mighty Matt Nost, and I actually was their manager. And, you know, they had a great first round and then just couldn't get past that second one. So I think that William Bibbiani is really hungry to prove himself here in the team's tournament, particularly with a young star like he has in Brendan Meyer.
It's an international affair, and we're going to hear from Shazam and the movie guys right now.
All right, here we are, round one, team started.
Shazam is our name, and we are back.
Schmoedowns is our game?
Schmoedown is our game.
Schmoedown is our game? That was smooth, that was smooth. That was
Great start.
That was awesome.
Shazam, that's a strong 1-0 start.
And it's really great to have a good time playing the game, not worry about these nonsense intimidation tactics. Sorry, I believe the answer you're looking for is white squad.
Oh, no,
Let me get that. We wanted real Disney questions. Wait, Disney's been around for 50 years. You think Emperor's New Groove? Come on. No, we're not done. Look, was it over when the Germans bombed Pearl Harbor? No. Yes. We'll be back.
So the movie guys?
Yes, they are guys, self-described.
Right now, Paul has been playing so well in the singles league. He has kind of become the face of the movie guys as far as the Schmoedown goes. By no means, we don't look past anyone, but we're really not looking past these guys. This could be a tough one.
We're going to keep this real nice, pleasant.
They seem like pleasant fellows, and so
I'm sure they wish us well as well. I'm sure they wouldn't say or, God forbid, sing anything negative.
Sure, they would never sing
something antagonistic or cruel. No, I'm sure they're nice guys. Of course not. Through the mist, through the woods, through the darkness and the shadows, it's a nightmare, but it's one exciting ride. Say a prayer and you're there at the drawbridge of a castle, and there's something truly terrible inside. It's a beast, he's got fangs, razor sharp ones, massive paws, killer claws for the feed. Hear him roar, see him foam, but we're not coming home until he's dead. Good and dead. Kill the beast.
He's a baritone. Didn't see that coming, did you? That's not the last of the surprises today, my friend.
Well done. Well done. I'm turning my chair. If this was a voice, I'm turning my chair.
I don't know what that means. No.
All right, well, that's the confidence you would expect from the movie guys. And with Shazam, I enjoy watching them play off each other. That kid, he's just so plucky. He just hopes he gets his allowance again this week.
I know, it's so true.
You know, him and Bibbiani, when you talk about team chemistry, it's going to be a question as to who complements each other's strengths more, because I feel like with Shazam, I see a lot of diversity of knowledge. With movie guys, I still need to see a little bit more of that. Which categories are you good at? Do you have a breadth of knowledge, or is it a few specific categories?
Well, we did see that they definitely know all of the words to Kill the Beast from Beauty and the Beast there, and are trying to start Schmoedown the musical, which I'm honestly okay with. I think we should do a musical episode of the Schmoedown, just like, not like a music. I don't mean, it could be questions about musicals, but we can just sing the whole thing. Anyway, movie guys, let's talk later.
That sounds like a Patreon tier, and I would love that shoot day because I get to stay home. Can't carry a tune at all. When you look at the tail of the tape, the movie guys, they're very good at action films, directors, and like we said, knowing the difference between whey and plant protein. With Shazam, they are very good at adult movies, kid movies, and playing as an adult and a kid. Look at that. They're really good at both.
Yeah, they
Really
got all
good
their bases covered.
Coming of age age movies. William remembers them. One day Brendan Meyer will experience.
Geriatric films.
We are about ready to get going here at the desk because Emma and I have a basket weaving lesson at 4, and then we have Water Olympics at 5, and we can't miss the early bird buffet, and then we have to get back on the cruise ship. So Emma, are you ready to go? I'm ready, Mark. I'm ready to get to our margaritas. So it's time for the movie Trivia Schmoedown. The ultimate Schmoedown, as it were. Introducing first. With a record of 0 and 1, coming to the main stage, they are the Movie Guys. There we go. Nobody talks off mic better than Paul Preston.
Baldwin Wayans, Carradine and Chase to present a cease and desist order to Williamsford Bibiani and Brendan Meyer for misuse of intellectual property on behalf of Marvel, Filmation, and TV's Gomer Pyle for the use of the catchphrase Shazam! Consider yourself served.
All right. Well, you can serve papers and compete.
I guess Paul Preston is supported by Marvel. I mean, you're okay.
Captain Marvel, Brie
Brie
Larson.
Larson. Yeah. Okay.
Jackson Bostwick.
All right.
All right.
Look it up, kids.
And their opponents, with a record of 1 and 0, with 1 knockout, they are Shazam! He received, so we will put
there he is, rejecting the chair.
He is pushing the chair. He does enjoy standing. Now that I believe we have the team set to go,
I guess so.
I'm going to read the rules of round number 1. In round number 1, this is the team format, so although every point you accrue is for your team, round number 1 is an individual exercise. You will hear 8 questions from 8 different corners of the movie Trivia Schmoedown Galaxy. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round number 1. As soon as you hear the question, please write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard in front of you. You have about 15 seconds to do so. Once we address you by name, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard to your camera at the same time you verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each team has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. That is, if you didn't hear a question right, you need to repeat it. You need to buy yourself some more time. Use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used throughout the duration of the match. Feels like we're, you know what, movie guys, are y'all ready to go?
Hey, we're here to kick ass and quote movies. Are you an actual lawyer? Oh, I'm pre-law. I thought you were pre-med. What's the difference? And we're all out of movie quotes.
All right.
That's not on the wheel and you don't spin it then.
William, are you sure you're ready to go?
I feel like I'm forgetting something. Did I leave the gas on? Did the lights on in the garage? I can't!
So what an original concept.
I can't believe I left him at his apartment without company.
The nice thing is I watched a lot of movies that you wouldn't let me watch while I was there.
Oh, angels with the filthiest souls.
Well, I will give this for William Vivian. He's a lot quicker at recovering his child than Catherine O'Hara and John Hurtworth.
That's very true.
All right, so we are actually set, kid. I'm sure you heard the rules from wherever apartment you were doing whatever you do at your age.
Simulcast.
And we are about to get the Schmoedown ready. William and the kid, now that you're both here, are you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown!
Nice.
All right. right, Emma Fife will be asking the first question.
Question number 1 of 8 here in round number 1, unless somebody should score a perfect round, at which point they will be awarded a bonus question. Question number 1, category of animated. Annie Potts voices which character in the Toy Story franchise?
Based on our garb here today,
Yes.
you ever been anywhere tropical? You ever been on a
Chip's
cruise
mom.
ship? I have.
I've been to Hawaii, but I have never been on a cruise.
I have some friends, Johnny LaCosto, Steve Simone. They perform stand-up on cruise ship. 5, 4, 3,
I would say
2,
Chip's mom.
1. Pens down. William, going to you first.
Bo Peep.
It is Bo Peep.
Buzz.
Oh, is it me?
It is
Yes,
you.
it is you.
Little Bo Peep.
That is correct
We
for
will
1
accept
point.
Little Bo Peep. It is Bo
Bo
Peep.
Peep.
Or can you see that?
We can see it, but if that's as hard as you can write, we want to get you a new pen as well. Does Paul have it?
Bo Peep.
There we go.
All right.
Paul Peep.
Tie game.
Paul, I call him Paul Peep. You hear that?
Paul Peep.
All right.
Paul Powder Keg.
All right, we move on to question number 2. This is in the world of dramas. Dramas in your question. Who stars as Betsy, the object of Travis Bickle's obsession in the 1976 film Taxi Driver?
Now, I have been in a taxi once or twice. We were discussing having been to tropical locations, but I've never driven a
You
taxi.
just keep throwing your bank account in my face. 5,
That's right.
4, 3, 2,
Jodie Foster?
1. Pens down. Movie guys, go first.
Sybil Shepherd.
Sybil Shepherd it is. Does the kid have it?
Sybil Shepherd.
All right, and Paul.
Sybil Shepherd.
He does have Sybil Shepherd. Does
Sybil Shepherd.
There we are. 2 points all the way around. And for your third question, we go to, hey, get this, she's been in a taxi before, the highfalutin Emma Fife.
That's correct. Your category here is the highfalutin category of directors. What was the first collaboration between Martin Scorsese and Robert De Niro?
You know, Emma, some people still take unicycles.
I don't know those people. I'd like to meet them.
I want to see, like, the bird scooter, but with unicycles, and see
With
if anybody
unicy-
takes them up on it.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
5, 4,
Main
3,
Streets?
2, 1. Pens down, going to you first, the child.
Mean Streets.
That is
It
correct.
is Main
It
Streets.
is indeed Mean Streets.
Mean Streets.
All right.
Mean Streets. Mean Streets.
We got Mean Streets.
This is home. This is Mean Streets.
I'll pay him.
All right, action adventure film.
question.
A non-Scorsese question. No?
Keep going.
Yeah.
In the world of action adventure, your next query is: John Sturges directed Steve McQueen and James Garner in what film about prisoners escaping a Nazi prison camp? Everybody writes down so diligently.
It's true. Well,
They
you know,
all seem to know the answer.
I mean, we'll see when they turn their
Figure it out in
whiteboards
5,
around.
4, 3, 2, 1. P. Preston.
Great Escape.
It is the Great
Great Escape.
Escape.
I actually got it wrong.
Viviani does not have it. Does Adam?
I wrote down the Dirty Dozen. That was the other one.
Adam, sir?
The sequel to the pretty good Escape, The Great Escape.
The Great Escape it is.
It's true.
Great Escape.
The Great Escape.
Great Escape.
Not
Wow.
to be confused with a delicious restaurant in the mall, the Steak Escape.
Is it delicious?
It's fantastic.
I have not had that one.
It is
I
fantastic.
just really, Marcellus
Look,
feels
I know you're
very
riding in a taxi to Morton Steakhouse, but some of us have to unicycle to the Steak Escape.
I will take your word
I
for
love
it.
prison-themed fooderies, really.
It's true. All right. Question number 5. Category is fantasy sci-fi. What Jim Henson directed film takes place in the realm of Thra?
You know, feels like they just gave up on that name.
They're like, we're just gonna throw some consonants together and put a vowel on the end of it.
Like, you had a syllable.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, William.
The Dark Crystal?
It is
That
the
is
Dark
correct.
Crystal. Does Adam have it?
Should have stuck with my first thing I wrote down.
No, it's not. Labyrinth between the two of them. In fact,
Where'd you go? Where'd you go?
Kid
Dark Crystal.
yeah, Labyrinth.
Almost switched it. I almost never.
Yeah, Labyrinth takes place in a labyrinth.
Yes, it
Actually,
does.
the title of the film.
That is very accurate.
Yeah.
And I will remind both teams, contrary to popular, you do not need to slam your whiteboard on the table in order for us to see it.
I have one table.
I have to. Your next category is in the world of new releases. new releases, and your question is, name the two leads of the 2018 film Night School. I remember hearing about like a thing, Night School, like
Yeah.
school at night when you're a kid, and I remember thinking that sounds like a great alternative to waking
To daytime
up at
school,
6:30.
yeah.
5, 4.
Can you repeat the question?
I certainly can. That is one JTE rule for the movie, folks. In the world of new releases, name the two leads of the 2018 film Night School.
Kevin Hart,
You okay
Tiffany
getting up?
Haddish.
You a person?
Not really. No.
Like to sleep in?
I do like to sleep in. I'm a little bit of a night owl, but you know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We are going to you first, Adam. Use the JT rule. Did you catch it?
Tiffany Haddish and Kevin Hart?
Nailed it.
That's it. Same. I the same.
The kid got his. Look at how
Also?
he dangles the whiteboard.
Listen, he follows directions.
Kevin Hart. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
I appreciate Brendan Meyer following directions when we said you don't need to slam your whiteboard on the table. He had a very clear dangle,
That's
as if
right.
to say, "Hey, I listened."
It's like Paul Preston has to show us that he worked on lats.
It's true.
This morning.
Yeah. All right. Question number 7 in round 1, category of horror/thriller. Which actress starred in M. Night Shyamalan's films The Village and Lady in the Water?
Let's say his two finest hours.
I would say that a lot of people would disagree with
No,
you on that.
those are his best two
That's
movies.
his magnum opus, right
According
there.
to anybody on the street.
It's actually a cinematic
5,
universe.
4,
Bryce Dallas
3,
Howard.
2, 1. Pens down. Going to you first, the kid.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
That is correct.
Got all three names in the correct
Dallas
order.
Howard.
As did
Yes.
Paul Preston.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Nailed it.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
All right.
Leading the quartet. All right. Last question. Patreon question. And this comes to us from Mr. Michael Campbell. How about a hand for Mike? Michael Campbell. Oh, and boy, Michael Campbell doing me a favor here today. Michael Campbell, one of our many Movie Trivia Schmoedown patrons. Thank you for all the work that Emma Fife does for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown patron. If you want to check it out, select which tier is right for you today. Maybe one day I'll say your name in a future broadcast. Michael Campbell wanted a question in the category of, what do you think, crowd? You guessed it, comedies.
I don't get it.
And his question: which 2012 found footage comedy depicts an epic birthday party that goes off the rails? Paul Preston. It's just been brought
Shit,
to my
what's the name
attention.
of that movie?
Yes.
Throwing a perfect game so far.
So far,
That's right.
remains to be seen.
See?
Is that bonus question in
5,
his future?
4, 3, 2, 1.
The Night
Hands
of-
down, Adam. The movie guys, Paul Preston for a perfect game.
21 and over?
Incorrect.
Not 21
Does
and
Viviani
over.
Project X? It is
That is
Project
correct.
X.
Project X.
And it doesn't appear that Adam has it.
No, I just made up a name. Super Party.
Hey,
Sold!
Not
Sounds
the most
fun.
unbelievable name I've
more
ever heard.
descriptive title than Project X.
And now the kid to take the lead.
Project X.
Yeah, taking the lead.
God, what a...
And just like that, we thought we might have a bonus question asked to just Paul Preston. And instead, Shazam takes a 1-point lead as we head into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 works. The teams can finally borrow each other's knowledge to come up with what they hope is correct answer, because round number 2 is the wheel round. The wheel has emerged. You're going to see 10 different categories from 10 different corners of Movie Trivia Schmoedown know-how, in addition to what every competitor hopes to spin spinner's choice and fan favorite opponent's choice. Each question, once you settle on a genre, is worth 2 points. You get 6 questions in total. If you're not sure of the answer, you ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the value of the question goes down to 1. Keep in mind, teams and competitors, there is stealing available in round number 2. So with that, Shazam, you are enjoying a 1-point lead. Would you like to spin, or would you like to defer to your not well-dressed opponents? They're going to defer to the movie guys, and it's going to be Adam. Giving it a big spin. He can go wheel, he can go pegs. It's the new wheel. It's holding up.
It's the Wild West of wheels
Yes.
now.
Right. All right, there's that spin, and he hits directors.
It's a hard stop on directors.
Yeah. All right.
Sign. Let's do it.
It cost them some gas station sunglasses,
Yeah.
but they have settled on directors.
It's good luck in Haiti.
Directors. 6 questions from the world of directors. These questions will be administered by Emma Fife.
All right. Let's see.
And again, teams, you can confer on each and every
All right.
answer.
Question number 1, category of directors. Who directed the remakes of Cheaper by the Dozen and The Pink Panther?
I'll know it on multiple choice.
No, The Pink.
Sean Levy.
That is correct for 2 points.
There it is.
2 points.
Big Steve Martin honk, apparently.
Right. Question number 2. After directing Return of the Jedi, Richard Marquand went on to make what 1985 thriller starring Glenn Close and Jeff Bridges?
Jagged Edge.
Correct for 2 points.
Yes, it is.
They took it as a sign that the sunglasses getting knocked off the head meant they should stay on
Fun
directors.
fact, Jagged Edge and Return of the Jedi have the exact same ending.
Did he really?
Ewok Party.
Same exact
He didn't
one.
direct anything else, but that's a very
Yeah,
good reason to not.
Tiny. Everyone loves tiny bears that are also cannibals. Okay. Next question. Who directed Ansel Elgort, Jamie Foxx, and Lily James in 2017's Baby Driver?
Tom.
Edgar Wright.
Edgar Wright.
That is correct for 2 points. All right. Question number 4. Who directed Al Pacino to an Oscar win in Scent of a Woman?
Martin Brest.
That is correct again for 2 points.
That is correct. And Emma, if only Christian Harloff were in the studio today, he could have done his Al Pacino impression for all of us.
Too bad he's nowhere to be found. He's at the old studio in
He got confused.
Portland, Maine.
Directions.
Okay. Final question.
I heard something.
Movie guys.
That's
In
it. The
round number
penultimate
2.
question.
Penultimate question.
Penultimate.
Yes, penultimate. Not your ultimate question.
Not your ultimate question just yet.
Just not quite yet. What legendary filmmaker directed the 1958 crime drama Touch of Evil?
Orson Welles.
That is correct.
All right. The movie guys running ramshackle through the director's category.
They absolutely are.
One question remains. Some might say it's their ultimate question.
It is their
Emma.
ultimate question or the final question. I just did penultimate and then okay. Anyway, final question. What was the directorial debut of Christopher McQuarrie?
I'm assuming it wasn't a Mission Impossible film.
Feature film.
Yeah, feature film.
Not except college.
Yes, I'm sure he made
5,
some great short films
4.
in college.
Way of the Gun.
Correct
Wow.
for 2 points.
That's how you do
I know.
Schmoedown round 2 right there, Emma.
I mean, and it seems that their decision to keep that category was entirely based off of the fact that Paul Preston had his sunglasses knocked off his head, but maybe
That's right.
it truly is good luck.
And it was like they were considering it for a minute, and they spent 90s
I'll take
movies.
us.
90s movies.
Okay, so
Brendan Meyer may be alive in the 90s. Unclear.
Yeah, we'll take it.
They're going to take it. All right.
there was some discussion.
I think we can run. I think we can run.
All right.
90s movies.
Yeah,
We're both gonna stand up. Sorry, yes.
like heroes.
So Shazam has settled on 90s movies for their 6th question, round 2 category. Your first query, in 1995's Casper, which of the 4 main Ghostbusters actors has a cameo
Dan
as
Aykroyd.
his character from the Ghostbusters franchise?
Dan Aykroyd.
Of course, it's Dan
He's
Aykroyd.
indeed.
Ray Stantz.
And that means Casper is canon.
Certainly does.
Sure.
Shazam cuts the lead to single digits. They trail the movie guys by 9. They have 5 questions remaining. In the world of 90s movies, Jonathan Taylor Thomas starred in which 1998 film named
I'll be
after
home
a
for
popular
Christmas.
Christmas
I'll be home
song?
in time for Christmas.
And the cops heard
I'll be home
Jonathan
in
Taylor
time
Thomas'
for
name.
Immediately, they just.
I'll be home for Christmas?
Yes, you
That's
will.
correct.
Yes, you will. Or as they say in Canada, I'll be home for Boxing Day.
They have Christmas in Canada too.
No, it's just Boxing Day.
They skip actual getting of presents, and they just box up stuff in their
celebrate
home.
December 26th. Your next question. In the world of 1990s films, what actor stars in the film The Hard Way as a pampered Hollywood star posing as a cop to research a role?
Never heard of this movie.
That was really what it was. Is the cops heard that somebody was impersonating them, and so they wanted to show up to the
They
studio.
decided to run right over here.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
I can provide that. Is it A, Michael J. Fox, B, Robert Downey Jr., C, Thomas Howell, or D, David Duchovny?
Michael J. Fox.
1 point for Shazam. And we find ourselves in this situation, Emma. They have 3 questions left in the world of the 90s. Should they get them all correct in the 2-point version of the question, we're going to be tied going into round number 3, but that is quite a tall order. Your next question in the world of the 90s movies. What Spider-Man franchise actor plays drug dealer Rashad Jackson in Paul Thomas Anderson's Boogie Nights?
Alfred Molina.
They said it at the same time, and they are correct. It is Alfred Molina. Very nice gentleman. All right.
He seems like a nice gentleman.
Very nice guy. In what 1994 film does Joe Pesci play a homeless man who offers life advice to a college student?
With honors?
2 more points for Shazam.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. That is on table a lot.
And they have pulled to within 2 of the movie guys. The movie guys can do nothing but sit back and look like they're waiting for their tea time at Topgolf. 1 more question in the world of the 90s. What 90s comedy drama features an ensemble cast?
Soul
Includes
Food.
Vanessa Williams, Vivica A.
Love
Fox,
this movie.
and Neil Long.
Soul Food. Soul Food.
2 points is going to give them the tie.
It's true. But
Check the one with
one-
multiple choice.
Soul Food.
They got the
Correct.
tie.
There it is.
We are going in to round number 3, all square at 25. This is a lot of points for 2 rounds of competition here.
It's
Emma.
true. I mean, but I mean, what do you expect? You know, you've got somebody like William the Beast Bibiani, who's obviously a legendary competitor here in the Schmoedown. Everyone's been really impressed with Brendan the Kid Meyer so far. And the movie guys, you know, turns out they know something about movies. It's in their team name.
They do know something about movies. We are tied at 25. We could be looking at overtime, which I hope doesn't happen because in 15 minutes, Em and I have a tango lesson. Here's how round number 3 works. Each team is going to give us a series of numbers. These numbers can range from 1 to 20. Each number corresponds to a different corner of movie trivia Schmoedown know-how. The first question the team receives is worth 2 points. The next one is 3 points. The last one, should we make it that far, is worth 5 points. Here's the wrinkle. As soon as we tell you the category for your 2-point question, the team mates must decide who is going to answer the question. It's a sole exercise for the 2-point or the 3-point. The team may only confer with the 2 members for the 5-point question. So, movie guys, I read a lot of the rules looking at your direction, but I'm actually going to go over to Shazam for your numbers first, because you can give us 1 to 20 right now. 1, 9, and 4.
Yeah.
All right, and the movie guys, what feels lucky?
Two.
Just numbers, boys.
Okay. So our first number is 8.
Okay.
So you're doing math to figure out your answers?
And then 2, and then 6.
Then 2 and then 6. All right. 8, 2, and 6. Here's how it's going to run. Emma's going to be asking the movie guys here a series of questions. I'll be handling Shazam's query duties. So, Emma, the movie guys selected number 8. What's their category?
Your category is going to be Oscar movies.
All right, Paul.
Oscar movies.
I don't know if I should refer to them as their real names or Bree is
All
going
right.
to take this one.
Brie Larson's going to be taking this one, all right? The question is, in the category of Oscar movies, who won Best Supporting Actor for their role in The Godfather Part 2?
James Caan.
Robert De Niro.
That is correct for 2 points.
All right. Movie guys taking a 2-point lead over Shazam, and now it is Shazam's turn.
Yay!
To possibly tie the match, you selected number 1, and that corresponds to the category of comic book movies. Will it be man or child fielding the question?
Okay, I'll do it.
I mean, you're both wearing a Shazam logo.
I know. Yeah.
Comic book movies, William. Your question is, who played Arthur's mother in Aquaman?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman.
2 points.
Right.
All right, Emma, back to you. What number did the movie guys select for
Movie
the 3-point?
guys, you selected for your 3-point question category number 2, which corresponds to the category of biopics. Biopics. For 3 points, what 2008 film stars Donnie Yen as a Wing Chun martial artist master who heroically takes a stand for the Chinese people during the Japanese invasion of 1937?
Ip Man?
That is correct for 3 points.
All right. Searching his Donnie Yen knowledge for that one.
Great damn movies with that.
All right, we pivot back over to Shazam to see if they can get their 3-point question. This is going to be asked to Brendan the Kid Meyer, and Brendan the Kid Meyer alone. You all selected number 9, and that corresponds to the world of the 2000s. So you had the 90s, this would be the next decade.
Oh, interesting. All right.
All right. And your question. Who plays Sean's stepdad, Philip, in Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead?
Haven't seen it.
Okay,
5, 4, 3.
Repeat the question.
You want to repeat the question? Sure. All right. World of the 2000s. Who plays Sean's stepdad, Philip, in Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead?
Michael Shannon.
2 JT Rollsman, yeah, that was just their first one.
Go to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Jim Broadbent.
That is incorrectly for Bill Nye. Bill Nye. And so with that, we are actually going to stay with Shazam's side of the table because now the onus is on Shazam to hit their 5-point question to continue the match. For 5 points, if you get it right, you get a 2-point lead over the movie guys for now. If you get it wrong, then the movie guys will be advancing in the Ultimate Schmoedown team's turn. Your number 4 corresponds to the category of horror movies. And you may confer with your teammates on this one. What was the name of the demon that possessed Reagan in The Exorcist?
Pazuzu.
Sounds like delicious pizza. It's actually a horrific demon.
What a bummer.
5 points.
All right.
And Emma, with that, I guess we're going home.
We are. We're out of here. No, we are going back over to the movie guys who still have a chance to win this game should they answer their 5-point question correctly. So it comes down to this. You have selected category number 6 for your 5-point question, and that is the category of Charlize Theron. Charlize Theron for 5 points. For what film did Charlize Theron receive her second Oscar nomination?
Not Monster.
Second Oscar nomination.
It's in the win. Movie guys conferring. Very well played match. I mean, you look at the scoreboard.
Oh, yeah.
Other stuff.
I mean, no matter what.
4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right. For what film did Charlize Theron receive her second Oscar nomination?
Movie guys have 1 JTE rule left.
I'm gonna go with
They
Mad
won't
Max
use it. It's
Fury
the end of
Road.
the road either
But
way.
I'm sure that's not
There's
it.
no reason not to. No looking back.
And we're gonna go to
Probably
5,
not that. I guess
4,
Mad Max Fury Road.
3.
Could you repeat the question?
Yep, I sure
last
can.
JTE
This
rule.
is it. For what film did Charlize Theron receive her second Oscar nomination?
And we move to 5, 4, 3, 2.
Young adult.
And Shazam! Moving on. North Country. The name of the movie, and what a matchup. Handshakes all around for the gentleman on the stage. It came right down to the wire. Those are the kind of matches we love, especially in the Ultimate Schmoedown.
Absolutely, and I mean, once again, in any other matchup, the movie guys with a score of 30 could have very easily been victorious here, and it just so happens that things ended up going Shazam's way.
They went Shazam's way this one, and I really thought Shazam might have been dead in the water because Shazam had a miss there.
They
and
sure
then you
did.
force it over to the movie guys, and half of my brain is thinking, well, we're definitely not going to overtime now. It's all going to be settled here in round number 3, and the movie guys, sometimes you know that Oscar knowledge, and sometimes you think about the ceremony, think about who was given what speech when, and who was nominated for what, and it all came down to Charlize Theron in North Country. I dare say not her most popular movie, but it's very good.
Yes.
And it just wasn't at the front of the movie guys' brain.
It certainly
Shazam
wasn't, yes.
is going to be moving on in the Ultimate Schmoedown Teams tournament, but as far as the movie guys go, not the end of the line for them at all. I think that we're going to see a lot more of Paul and Adam around these parts. There's going to be a lot more protein powder in the kitchen of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown
True,
studios.
because the powder keg is in reference to a keg of protein powder, not explosives.
Dynamite,
Yeah.
Probably safer.
It's, I support it. I support it.
Of the two. And we are now going to throw it live to Jen Sturger, who has an interview with the losing team. Jen, take it away.
Thanks so much, guys. Movie guys, by the skin of their teeth, they beat you. Come on. I know you've got to be disappointed right now.
Well, listen, 62 points, right? That's nothing to be depressed about. 62 points is let's find out. Hit the stats. I want to see if 62 points has ever been scored.
We set some records, dude. We set records everywhere we go. So let's find out if this is a record, because we're record setters no matter what, win or lose.
Guys, I got one microphone. Calm down. Paul, you've had an amazing run, though, this season. I feel like you guys are just finding your stride here, and it's unfortunate that you're not going to get to continue forward in the tournament because you guys have really come on and made a name for yourselves.
Especially because, Adam needed that redemption from the lost Inky in the brain, and he did it today. Great wheel spin, great answer.
Thank you. I worked on the wheel spin all week. I got one at home, and I just, it's all in the wrist,
Playing with vertical blinds. Great.
But we're a little distracted. We got a lot going on. There's things going on in the movie guys outside of the Schmoedown. We're working on, we're starting something called the Smoke Festival. It's going to take place down in St. Bart's. Lou Bega's showing up. We got Third Eye Blind. We got Delamitri. A lot of big bands are coming out to this thing. And maybe we're focused a little too much on forming that. We got a lot to do to put that whole thing together. And so maybe we should have been watching more movies. We got local stuff too.
Yeah, we're actually doing a Blood Diamond pop-up, a fake diamond store. It's going to be nice. We're bringing in special guest DJ Manhansu, so it's going to be great.
None of that was at all offensive. So, tough loss today, guys. Really looking forward to seeing what you bring next season. Please don't forget to clean up your protein powder, because Thad's going to be pissed. All right? Back to you guys.
All right, the Smoke Festival sounds like something you and I might want to investigate.
It sounds like we should already be attending the Smoke Festival.
Third Eye Blind. We're already halfway there, and when you look at what their landscape is, obviously the movie guys is a successful endeavor in their own right outside of the Schmoedown. I think that they're going to be a team to be feared in coming years here in the Schmoedown, or individuals, depending on how next season unfolds. But we still have the rest of this season to determine a winner of the Ultimate Schmoedown Team Tournament, and that would be Shazam moving one step closer to that prize. And now we have an interview with Team Shazam with Jen Sturge.
Well, the movie guys may have been holding their breath. Shazam is breathing a huge sigh of relief right now. Oh my God.
I can't believe that we won that match. I mean, that was such an incredible performance by them. I expected them to be great, but that, I mean, what was it, 30 points is crazy. I mean, it was
one of the toughest matches I've ever played. They came to win, and they came this close, and I could see it in their eyes. They were debating which Charlize Theron movie to pick. I'm sure North Country was one of them. It just, that was close.
It goes to show that you just have to, sometimes it's just luck that gets you through when the teens league is this difficult, and this was so back and forth, little inches here and there. I mean, we had just little moments in every round where, I remember in the first round I was between Labyrinth and Dark Crystal, and I kind of just stuck with Labyrinth because it was my first thought, and I didn't want to wipe it off and do that thing. And then the second round I'm kind of rambling. It's crazy.
How are you?
So hyped up right now. I want you to breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, do me a favor. Breathe. Okay, we're Okay.
All right, well, Bibbs is teaching a Lamaze class. That three-pointer. It's the name of these post interviews, man. It's all I do. It's my specialty. That three-pointer, I could tell you were beating yourself up that you didn't know. Could you just not pull it?
No, I haven't seen Shaun of the Dead in a very, very long time, and this is one of the intricacies of the league, and it's something that I work on with studying. Is I've watched a lot of movies, but there's a lot of movies I watched before I was a fan of the movie Trivia Schmoedown, and so sometimes you don't remember every actor in it if you haven't gone back and looked at the IMDb. So Jim Broadbent, I think he's in another movie they did, but I don't know. I didn't know it.
If there's one thing I can say with confidence about everyone who plays the Schmoedown is that we've all seen a lot of movies. We've all seen thousands of movies, and sometimes it's just you haven't seen that one recently enough, and you have a little brain fart, and then it's fine. And then it worked out fine. It worked out fine. It was not a big deal.
Yeah.
Plus, there's something to be said about watching a movie for pure enjoyment versus watching a movie for studying purposes. Am I right?
I wouldn't even know what watching a movie for pure enjoyment is like anymore. I have been in this industry for so long. Every movie is studying for me. But yeah.
They have those. You just have to clear your cache when you're done with them.
It's tough. I mean, I kind of thought I'd lost us the match there, so it was definitely kind of a crazy reaction when we didn't make it, because I mean, you feel that way when everybody else was getting the 2s and the 3s right. I mean, Adam and Paul were lights out, and so yeah, when I was the one to miss, I thought, I cannot believe that this is how it goes. But
well, you pulled it out. Shazam lives to see another day, and your next opponent will be the Odd Couple. Thoughts?
We'll be fine. We'll try really, really hard, but yeah, those guys have never beat me, and now I got this guy, so I think I'm feeling really good about this. And listen, I like them fine. They're nice, but I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good.
my feeling is, I think that it'll be a close match. I think for me, as someone who, is a fan of the league, it'll be pretty cool to be up there with 3 people who have all been champions.
And Jeff Snyder.
Sorry, but I'm gonna kick your ass.
I love playing against this guy.
I'm so excited.
I might
even
guy.
do a theatrical entrance for that.
Oh, would you please? I'll help out if you want.
And
It is weird, but it's fun.
Holy fuck, that was terrifying.
That was my point.
Oh my god.
It was odd. It was odd. It's on brand. That is on brand.
The only thing I want to add.
Who let this ravaged fan into the... Oh my god, I'm done. I have to send it to the desk. I'm gonna pass out. Back to you guys.
And Drago showing the quickness of a spry jungle cat.
I was going to comment about how happy Mark Andraco was going to be about this matchup, but it seems that he was possessed by the spirit of joy to materialize
Running
into
to the post-interview station like a kid running towards a tree on Christmas morning or Boxing Day morning if you live in Canada.
Right, where they don't celebrate Christmas.
Great
only
matchup.
Boxing Day.
The movie guys are fantastic. Shazam is going to be moving on. Emma Fife, your quick thoughts about what we just saw here today. Recap for everyone.
Well, I mean, I appreciate William Bibiani's confidence going into his match against the Odd Couple. I also do think that Brendan Meyer might want to consider sitting in a chair again at some point during his movie Trivia Schmoedown career, as he seemed to be a little out of breath in that post-game interview. But, I mean, Bibiani, very confident that he can beat both Jeff Snyder and Mark Andraco because he's done it in the past, not taking into account that the two of them might really want to beat him since they never have before.
Check out our Patreon and as well as our podcast wherever you enjoy listening to those things. For Emma Fife, I'm Mark Ellis, echoing William Bibiani's words. Remember, kids, movies, they're not for enjoyment, they're for studying. We'll see you next time at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Well, that was a damn good match. I gotta say, that should certainly be up there for getting a nomination for Match of the Year. It was fantastic. Both teams put up their A++ games. But congrats to Shazam, Bibbs, and the kid moving on. Gonna be taking on the Odd Couple next. And as they said, Bibbs has beaten Andraco a couple of times. He beat Snyder, so he's going to look to continue his dominance against those guys. And movie guys, man, you played your hearts out. Yeah, you came up short, but you can hold your heads held up high. And excited to see you guys come back next year, especially Paul Preston in the singles division. Real damn good match. Kudos to both of you. All four of you. If you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. So until next time, it's your boy C-Dub. Peace.